I just want justice.
This is
My
an
ancestors were slaves on a British
My
plantation.
life is in ruins.
I've had a tough time.
I felt like dirt.
Really tough.
I felt crushed and wanted to call it a day. Son of a nurse and bus conductor, Andrew Bynoe arrived to London from Barbados in 1978, aged 12. Sacked from his job because he wasn't able to prove that he was from England legally. He was consequently unable to pay his rent and became homeless in August 2019. Sometimes sleeping in his son's van or night buses. Andrew Bynoe lost his head to stress and contemplated suicide. He still needs emergency help.
I was born here. I haven't left the country. London-born Courtney Lawrence faced homelessness with her 2-year-old son when she was denied emergency housing because she couldn't produce a passport to prove she was eligible for council support. The parents arrived in the UK as small children and were never formally naturalised as British citizens. So neither of them had British passports. Although also born in London, Courtney's son's immigration status is uncertain.
My life is in ruins. David Jameson moved to London with his grandmother in 1966 when he was 6. The former builder was deported in June 2013 and twice tried to kill himself while in the detention centre awaiting deportation. In Kingston, he became homeless and was forced to sleep in derelict buildings. It is extremely painful.
I've had a tough time. Really tough. Euten Lindsay faced deportation as he struggled to prove his immigration status, despite having lived in the UK for 45 years. After losing his Jamaican passport in 1990, he could not get a new one as he had no other relevant form of ID. The Devon chef was stripped of his assets and faced a long battle to stay in the country.
I felt like dirt. Margaret O'Brien moved from Canada to Wolverhampton in 1971, started a family and worked for the local council for more than 25 years as a dinner lady, Meals on Wheels driver, lollipop lady, and cleaner. In 2015, she was told that her disability payments had been suspended because she was in the country illegally, and the Home Office told her she faced a 6-month prison sentence or deportation to Canada.
I'll never trust the English again. A former Midlands youth worker, Melvin Collins, was stranded in Jamaica in 2015 when his passport was revoked without explanation at the end of his holiday. He was stuck, living alone in a flat owned by his 92-year-old Aunt Lena, 7,400 miles away from his daughter, son, brother, sister, nieces, nephews, all in the UK.
This is an insult. Herman Campbell arrived in the UK in 1975, aged 8. But when he applied for a British passport in the 1990s, the Home Office had no record of him. Without the necessary documentation, he had problems securing housing, and in 2017 he was refused re-entry to the UK after going on holiday to Turkey on his Jamaican passport. He described the £250 sum he was offered in compensation as offensive.
I'm still tense and nervous. Nick Broderick arrived in the UK in the early 1960s, aged 3, with his mother, an NHS nurse. He was sacked from his job in 2016 after immigration enforcement made checks. When told he was going to be deported, Nick made plans to kill himself.
I just want justice. When he was diagnosed with kidney cancer in 2016, Donald Biggs had to pay a £500 NHS immigration surcharge to receive treatment after his applications for a British passport and citizenship were rejected. He had lived in Britain since arriving from Jamaica in 1965, aged 5, and he had worked as a social care worker for 25 years.
My ancestors were slaves on a British plantation. Donald Thompson arrived in the UK from Jamaica in 1967, aged 12, to join his mother who was working as a nurse in the NHS. He spent most of his adult life in the country and tried repeatedly to apply for citizenship, but was rejected. He was held in detention for a month and threatened with deportation. This has been a great injustice which will be written about in the history books.